Hi, y'all. Okay, so I'm here live. I need to start scheduling these things, I know, but sometimes I just do them for the minute when I have time. Well, okay, so works in progress and finished objects and loom knitting. I don't know how to loom knit very well yet, but we'll get on to that. But first, we're going to talk about the finished objects. This is not my first giraffe. This is a giraffe somebody wanted made just like the first one. And I did. Even though by that time I had already corrected my horn error in the second one. This is for Josie in June, my great niece. She'll be turning 3. I need to make a mermaid one for her cousin who will turn 3 in September. But anyway, so I've got this one for my friend and who also wants a doll, so I still have it. And this one here. And of course, for Ella, I made an owl. My sister gave me a book of 26 alphabet animals. And the owl was rather cute and rather quickly and easy to make. It is quicker than the doll. The doll was quicker than the giraffe. And the bear, oh yes, work in progress next. Work in progress with the black bear. I am not liking using black yarn, but he's looking cute, I do think. Can't really see his eyes very good. The light doesn't really catch them very well. It's supposed to be amber behind it, but I don't know. I don't have any eyes that would look good brightly with that. And his little nose, well, let's fix him. Yes, I got a gift card to Joann Fabrics and I bought me something I much needed to work with this. I did not buy yarn. That thing. It has a light right here. The only thing I don't like about it, and it's because there's not much room right there. See this little thing here? People who have bifocals, I don't know how you do it. But this thing is sitting right where the best of the light is. And so in extremely light conditions, it helps. Yes, even in daylight, I can't see this black yarn well enough to go quickly. I've gotten him this far. That's another matter, is a fact. And we'll talk about that in just a minute. Oh, yes, this is the minute. I made the ears first. I redesigned the giraffe pattern to make it into a bear pattern. Well, the ears were way too big for the head. And so I redesigned the ears. And then I thought, I need to adjust the arms and legs because, a giraffe and a bear are going to have arms. So I redesigned the bear arms and I designed it and it came out really short. And so I had to redesign it. And the legs, well, the bottom of the legs is going to be a 30 instead of 24. These go to 24 on the end, on the widest part. They're going to go up to a 24. These go down to an 18. So anyway, 30, once I get to 30, I've got some cardboard cutouts and I'm going to, and after 2 stitches on the 3rd row of the bear, what I'm going to do, on the first full row of the bear, it has to be the first full row. After I get it up to that size, I'm going to backstitch only and do only in the backstitch going around the first time. And then I'm going to insert the cardboard inserts to keep the feet flat so he'll stand up. We're hoping. I don't know if he's going to stand up or not. I shall see. Anyway, he is not easy to work with. I don't know. How much should I charge for him? I was going to for 20. Do you think more? Less? Not less. He's too hard. He'll be finished soon, though. And then I'll be working on a couple more dolls. I've got 5 more dolls ordered. And this little doll head is as far as I've gotten for one lady who wants a doll similar to one I just finished. and which I don't have that one anymore because the person bought it already. So yeah, I'm not charging enough for these for people at my church and friends. That's who's getting the $10 ones. If I was to sell them on Etsy, it'd probably be $25, and the bear would probably be $30. Yeah, he's that hard, but it's fine. I'm dealing with it fine, and I have extra help. I don't know, maybe a little bit extra help. Only now for the loom knitting. I've been watching everybody's videos, Mama especially, and I'm liking your loom knitting videos. And I've never knitted or loom knit. The most I knew about knitting was the terms knit and purl. Now, I didn't know what the difference in knit and purl was. I couldn't tell you how to knit or how to purl. I've seen it done, and I might be able to cast on a little bit onto a knitting needles and try to knit, but that's about all I know how to do, was just playing back and forth. Not really good at it. Not really tried. Now, my sister Becky, she can knit. Now, I don't know if she does it on the needles or if she has a loom knitting, but she's knitted hat and scarves before. She hasn't in a while. So I was interested in looking for a sock loom because it was actually the sock knitting that I was more interested in. And while I'm interested in some of the other things, I was trying to find, when I had the gift card, I was trying to find a loom knit from Joann's, and they didn't carry it, and they were out of stock on the ones online, or they were more than I wanted. They couldn't ship to store. They had to ship to me, and that would be more than my card was for. So I got the things I really needed then from that, including that thing. But this was after the fact. I spent part of my card, and I had $8.97 left. And so then I had cash on me where I had sold a doll and made a baby shower cake, half sheet. Yes. So anyway, I was at AC Moore, and this thing was originally $24.95, something like that, and it was on sale. And I got 2 cake boards as well, and it was 16 something. I can't remember the change, but it was really reduced. There was the third peg here. One of these pegs was backwards, so I emptied it after I messed up the first round. And so I'm practicing with light DK thread. It's closer to a 2 than it is a 3. Really, it's very, very thin, but it's still DK. It's not sock yarn. I did order some sock yarn. That's not here yet, but I'm practicing. I'm trying to learn, and I think I finally got the hang of it. And I've watched some videos over and over, and one of them where somebody was doing something. I saw what they were doing to simply, where they flat stitch. And I noticed what she was doing with the yarn. She was taking the yarn between. And, I hadn't noticed that. And I was trying to have the yarn all flat here and pull it up over, and I would lose my stitch like, and I'm new to it. So I'm just now learning all the stitches. And I got the purl and the ribbing down pat now, as you can see. I did 10 rows. I was tired of trying to remember which to do. And that was before I saw that video about how to flat stitch. And I know when I do another one of these, I'm going to have to try to start it at a similar spot. But I'm trying to mark how many rows of these I've done, so I can count in tens. So I'm going to get 10. I've got little threads right there. See, those are 3 rows of the plain knit. And this last row, I was able to flat stitch. I was able to do the flat stitch all the way back around. It made it so easy, just, taking your yarn and, taking it through like that. And I'm going to wait to put another yarn in there, and the yarn's in the other room. It's just scraps. But anyway, so I've been watching several of the videos and, learning, trying to learn. And I bought a book to learn from too that was really good. And, some of my patterns I've made myself from looking at other patterns and kind of look and think, well, I think this needs this. Because once I learned how to do the doll, I kind of learned the where and what of how to increase and decrease and all that kind of fun stuff. So some of my patterns that I have tweaked and done and have it on my computer in text, I figured out, and I had bought something. Yes, what does this look like? It's just not a book. This is not. Is it upside down? It's upside down. It is my Kindle that I got. Now I'm reading and I'm having fun. Now this Kindle is easier for me to actually pull up the pattern on my Kindle. So I figured out how to email myself my Kindle patterns. And then today I had an email, and it was telling me certain things to look at to see how to do things. I guess I was deleting, and when I fixed the pattern and I wanted to put it back on my Kindle, I was going through a whole lot of crazy stuff. But it was telling me I can do that. But then it told me how to convert. I had sent a PDF file to my phone that I had purchased, and I didn't know how to utilize it in PDF form. I saw how to convert that PDF form that I sent to my Kindle to myself. Nobody else. I'm not sharing it with nobody else. I bought it for my use, and that's what it's supposed to be for. I'm not selling it. I'm not trading it. It's for a nativity scene. I can't share those patterns. They have to go and buy them themselves. I don't know what time of year that lady sells those PDF, that nativity one. But anyway, I purchased one that someone recommended, and I've not had time to touch it. So during the summer, maybe I'll have time to do it. I have my heater thing that I have unplugged, and it's sitting here on a little thing that's kind of leaning and keeps trying to fall. I put it on the same spot where I have my laptop. Because it's a perfect area, high up enough to send the heat in the way I want it to, because this room's, the heater's not working too good. It gets kind of chilly in here when it's not warm like it is now. But anyway, yeah, we've been having some warm weather. But, okay, so I have yarn coming to me, sock yarn, and somebody might be sending me some more yarn. I don't know. It'll be a great birthday present because I do have a birthday coming up next Wednesday. But anyway, I don't know if I have my birthday listed on this account or not. I wouldn't know where to put it, but it's January 22nd for anybody who wants to know. But anyway, so I've been busy working, and when this bear is done, I will be very happy. I'm making him a little tail as well. He'll have a little tail. I thought I might make him paws, but the paw things that I was doing were too big, and I was like doing 3 magic crochets in a 6, and then 1 in go 6 and then 12, and that all 4 of those were too big, and the big 12 by itself didn't look right. And I don't know how to make them smaller, so not in the color I need. Maybe I can, I'll think twice before I try to embroidery this color onto here. I don't know if I want to do that. That might be more of bear to work with. But anyway, he's coming along and turning out good. And if you have any suggestions for any upcoming bears, if somebody else asked me to make one, I'm not going to make them to sell. I'll make them to order to sell. You have to order it before I make it. I am not making them ahead of time. They're not easy to work with. But anyway, this was some pretty fabric that I got from Lovecrafts that I'm using. It's got pinks. That's what's on this. That's what's on it. And I actually learned how to do what's called a cable stitch with your crochet hook. And I used my crochet hook on this one. It's not the same one that I used to do my amigurumi. But anyway, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get off here and say bye. And hope everybody's having a good New Year so far. It's been going great. The little girl in my nursery didn't stand on the table tonight. She pulled my hair during supper right in front of her daddy, who's the preacher. Yes, she did. And I tried to stay quiet at first, but it hurt. And so he had to get her away from me. She loves me. She didn't want to go home, nor did her sister actually want to go home either. Those kids are having too much fun tonight at church. All right, bye now.